The scene is set within the abandoned warehouse frequented by Leif Erikson. Last time we saw the kindred in question, Jake, Henri, Leif, and Chris, they had just dragged the torpid body of John Granite out of his hiding place. Leif Erikson placed his blood within his torpid friend, and the group wait around to see, to await his awakening. They sit on whatever they can find, broken crates, the floor, and are playing some beat-up cards. Got any twos?
Fish.
Good fish.
Hey, Leaf, isn't this taking a little bit longer than you said it would take?
Yes. We've learned. Yes. He sort of smiles, takes out a notebook and makes a cryptic note in it.
Well, perhaps it's part of this mystical ritual of you for us to all die of death of boredom after playing this game.
I think that Leaf perhaps just does not know what he is doing.
I know what I'm doing. It's just, I'm surprised by his closeness to Cain.
Say what?
Guess what?
My blood should be able to
The
revive him.
door will open while Leaf is speaking, and a very nondescript man will walk in.
Chris will jump up and head towards his axe in a shocked manner, not recognizing this gentleman.
Henri's just going to sit on the floor and reach into his jacket and take out it's like a machine pistol, and not even flick the safety off, but just kind of gesture towards that guy and be like, "Who's that guy?"
My name is Armand.
Hello, Armand. You've caught us in the middle of something.
He'll sigh. Yes, it's quite troublesome. His description is very bland, mask of a thousand face, obvious. So it's like not really important. But I'm here to assist my associate, Mr. Granite.
Oh, good. He's quite hard to hold around.
Right. Yeah, that's just you're Armand, right?
Yes. Okay, he'll walk over to John.
Chris will step in front of him, ignorance is bliss and also bravery as well. But he'll definitely sort of puff his chest out as much as he can. He's quite, despite his short frame, axe in hand, and say, "No, prove it."
As I don't know who you are, I'm not sure what you would really require as proof.
My name is Leif Erikson. I'm the Primogen of the Nosferatu. Reveal who you are. Really.
Hold on just a second.
A Gangrel Bint spoke out Armand's name in the fight. He could be fucking anyone.
He could be anybody that just found us here in this particularly abandoned warehouse that I chose for its particular nondescriptness and rather abstract location.
Oh, a very clever nobody, or anybody.
Armand, who called you?
Chris, do you want to tell me what your willpower is right now?
I spent one, and I think we get one back every week, so it's...
Okay.
I'm only wee.
I so want holiday.
Suck it, Chris. I can't stop.
Oh, never mind. Somebody else rolled me like 9 dice.
I got you. Hold on. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Is that present?
Okay. You're getting hit with paralyzing glance.
Paralyzing glance.
Yeah, it's elder presence. He just stares at you, and you gibber and go into the fetal position.
Armand.
And he will reach over and just gently tap John, and then I need to, I guess, roll for that path of blood love. So, I guess, Leaf, you want to roll?
What do you got? How many dice?
I don't have stats. I didn't roll up my mentor sheet. He's like,
Let's have a quick look.
he's a 5 point. He's like the equivalent of like Juskar or something.
He's a mentor, basically.
Yeah.
Roll a d10.
It's not like this guy is going to drag this enormous gargoyle out of here with him. Let him do what he wants to do, and if he fucks up, whatever.
A second.
Chipper. The stupidest thing I've ever heard. Alright, yeah, sure, just take the guy.
He's not even grabbing him. He's just like patting John, essentially. I just don't ever do thaumaturgy, so I don't even know what you have to roll.
The difficulty is
3 plus the level of the power you're using, and you roll a willpower roll.
Okay, so he'll probably roll like 8 dice or something, and it's only, I think, like level 2.
Oh, you fuck up.
Okay, 4 successes.
Okay,
Now,
so
now this guy's rolling for you.
Oh, you asked me to. That's why I did.
yeah, I specifically asked because you were busy at the time. So then he needs to roll like, that's just to activate, and then he has to roll for the power, or is it just willpower?
Well, just willpower. You spend a blood, and you roll willpower.
Cool, then he will make me spend 2 blood to heal 2 lethal and make out a torpor. And John will go from that frozen rock-like state into a moving rock-like stake.
You're mummified in chains, by the way.
Mummified in chains?
Yeah, like you're wrapped up like a mummy in chains.
No, we didn't put the chains on in the end because everyone said it was a very bad idea, so I listened to them. Being the wise leader that I am.
Okay, so John wakes up and is like, his eyes are rolling around wildly like he doesn't know where the fuck he is.
I'm gonna slide a Tupperware container towards John, full of blood.
You know one thing, when you look upon Leaf, he is obviously your friend.
Okay. Gotcha.
Then Henri will kick a Tupperware container full of blood at you. Or not at you, but to you. He'll slide it over.
The rest of them...
Yeah, I think John will lift open the container of blood and see that it's like probably real congealed. He'll have to put the lid back down like he can't eat it.
It's not, though, because it cooked it.
Actually, what you need to do is make a self-control roll.
Oh yeah, I'm confronted with all that blood. Somebody roll me that 3 self-control.
I'll let Henri do it because, you know...
And you'd have, like, a trussed up neonate on the floor. Just wait.
Success.
Offering, I think it's called.
Okay, so I can control myself.
You don't frenzy.
Yeah, no frenzy.
Have some blood. I slaved over a hot stove to make this.
I look at Armand and look at Chris. I think you can let him go now.
Armand will take a phone out of his pocket and slide it over to John, and he doesn't say a word else to him. And he just turns around and leaves.
Henri will give Chris a kick.
Obviously, when out of the presence of Armand, you are no longer under the effect of paralyzing glands.
The living fuck was that?
That was Armand.
I think you just met quite an old person.
Nice guy. I like him.
He liked you.
Oh yeah, very much so, I can tell.
You'll notice the wisdom I made there of not taking the random axe against someone I've never met before.
I thought it was very wise. Next time we do this to Chris, can we chuck him in a bath with our clothes?
A bath full of toads.
Clothes. Where you were thrashing about, you'd wash them up quite nicely.
That's terribly insensitive.
John, how you
Yeah.
feeling?
Not so good. He's looking at this like savage wound where he was. It's pretty much like John was cleaved, and like the parts of his body are hanging by like almost he's hanging in half. Like he's having one arm slung over, touching the other arm to hold his two halves in it together.
I may be able to help you with that. At least binding it together so you don't have to hold it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't think I can do that here, though. I need my medical supplies.
To the El Camino.
Yes. Actually, no. You ride your El Camino. I am going to put John somewhere he can lay down. And Henri goes outside and starts making a phone call.
John will kind of like sit down and rest against whatever is around. As he's walking, he'll notice the phone and ask if somebody dropped their phone.
Some guy named Armand or something gave that to you.
And John kind of has a frowny face on now, like he's frowning. He's like, oh no. And I'll pick up the phone and he'll go over to the wall and lay down and sigh.
After a time, Henri will come back inside, and he'll be like, Jean, the ride is here. You do not mind coffins, I hope?
No, that's fine.
Okay. And
See this old, definitely almost 100-year-old man turn up outside, and he'll turn around. Really? This is your idea of much more, commonplace, easily blending in? Really?
this is a hearse. It is timeless. It is a classic. It is bright green and stolen. I own this. I have the papers that proves this is my car. I think it is perhaps a little better to get pulled over in this than this stolen Mexican wagon.
Well, try not to get pulled over at all, eh?
I do not have to worry about that. My ghoul is not a ruffian. Anyway, come with me, Jean. I do implore you to have some of this delicious blood stew. And he starts to wave it near you. And I got a fuck ton of successes, like 6 successes. I wave it. It smells like delicious Cajun food.
I guess I'll try to eat it. I don't know how they do blood prep in this game, but I will consume it if I can.
There's chunks of meat in it. You can not eat those if you want, or you can eat them.
No, I'm definitely going to try to strain out the meat because I'm all about that blood.
Alright. Well, if you just drink it, it's probably 2 points of blood.
Okay,
And
he
it's
seems
really tasty.
happier. He will limp. He will he's holding his body together and limping to the car slowly.
Alright, so Henri's ghoul is a dude. He's probably in his 50s. He's got grayish blue hair, that's pretty long. He's wearing all black, a really nice suit, but like pretty old-fashioned clothes. He like opens the back door for you, and inside there is a large open black coffin. It's like really well padded with very beautiful like white silk pillows and stuff. And the ghoul hops in the back and actually pulls like a sliding thing inside the coffin, and it makes the bottom of the coffin sit up, kind of like a hospital bed. And the two of them will help you in.
This is oddly convenient.
Well, yes. I've had a long time to prepare this car. Often I laid it. Huh?
The car will probably groan under John's weight because he weighs a tremendous amount.
Yeah.
Being made of stone, but he will lumber into your hospital bed hearse.
It's a fucking coffin that has them like parts sit up. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I don't like to lay down when I travel.
That's cool. All right, John will totally just like shut the fuck up and get in.
As Henri and John leave, Chris watches John like walk out without acknowledging him and feels a little hurt, especially when he dragged him off the ship. But he'll turn to Leaf and press like sort of a hand on his arm just to slow him down. Go, Mr. Erickson, would you mind if we had a word in private before we all disappear?
Sure. He slips back into the warehouse with Chris. You did well.
Jake waits outside at this point, hanging around the Mexican car of awesome.
Well, seems I've done what I need to earn my keep now. And from what I hear, you know, you and yours, you're like, you know a lot about the city, right?
Slowly but surely, I am gathering some of its secrets.
So I was wondering if I could ask you a favor for, I don't know, a favor in return, perhaps?
What do you need?
I want to know where the snakes lay their hats. Well, know where they are in the city.
Why?
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 So I can, he says, sort of gritting his teeth, mess with them.
I don't have that information to hand, but I probably will have most of it fairly shortly. You seem to have a particular issue with the Setoites. Any reason?
Nothing I'd like to go into.
Fair enough. In which case, I will wait to find out more. But in the meantime, yes, I might be able to help you. Every haven or every Setite I get you good information on, either their habits, where they are, what their movements are. You give me a month.
I just need a lead. We can take it from there.
Yep.
Like, if you've got more and you want to give me more, then more power to you. But I don't like being in people's debt for too long. You understand?
No. And I'm just thinking, if I can find out the information you need, my boon is a month of service. Not totally at my beck and call, but I might need you during that month.
To do what sort of stuff? Like odd jobs? Milk work?
Just, it could be something as dangerous as the ship. It could be something more subtle. You seem to be a relatively good thief. You need a few little edges ironed off, but we can get you there.
Month?
Information doesn't find itself, Chris. And if you do this,
You're talking to a dude who doesn't know anything.
this is how you start to know something. This is how you start to get involved in the engine
The
of
politics.
information. Well, politics is kind of too easy. It's useful to know things. It's useful to know what is going on and then what's going on at various levels in the city. I'm pretty good at knowing what's going on with Kindred. Certainly the higher levels of the Kindred Society. Not so good at knowing what's going on with Kine and the lower levels of Kindred Society.
Well, I think we can strike a deal there.
Exactly. And also I respect that you're not looking to become someone's slave. I can see that. And I won't expect that. I will always give you a choice in whether you wish to do something or not. And I will always allow you, as long as you give me a good reason not to do it, not to do it. Fair?
Can't say fairer than that.
He sticks out his hand.
He looks at it for a while, his natural suspicion and caution getting the better of him briefly. And then thinking, well... He starts thinking of his conversation with the good Reverend and how his renewed faith in his cause means that he has to take more risks. And he puts his hand in Ericsson's and goes, fine.
I'm here to fight for the Camarilla and make sure it survives and it thrives. And I will do an awful lot of things to make sure that happens. But I don't look to discard things or waste things. And that includes Kindred or Kine.
If I had that scent about you, Mr. Erickson, we would not be having this conversation.
Well, I just sometimes think, considering how some of us can be, it's a worthy thing to say.
Good to know.
I'll do you one more favour. I won't lie to you. If I can't tell you something, I'll tell you. That's not something I do for many of the kindred round here. And he grins.
Even I know that.
Good. And he sort of starts walking back out to where Jake's standing and trying to drop you somewhere.
Sorry?
He was talking to Chris as he comes out.
Sorry, what did you say? I missed that as well.
Sorry, can I drop you somewhere?
He starts thinking, goes, I got nowhere to be.
You're welcome to use this place if you need it. And he chucks you the padlock. Lock up when you leave. And you notice there's no key in the padlock.
You'll just look a little dumbfounded and confused as you leave him there, trying to figure out the puzzle of, well, how does he lock it then?
He sort of sees your confused face and he sort of takes it. Hopefully this will work. I'm only going to lock it. Leave it. And sort of holds it in his hand and hands it back and it's locked. You do know how to pick locks, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, but you pick locks with a lock pick.
And he's just got a sort of like a pin in his hand. Well, a bit thicker, more like a small tack nail for this round barrel lock.
Ah. Seems that you've got quite a checkered past yourself, Mr. Erickson.
How else are you going to get a car? Not like I have any money. I normally prefer to use other people's.
crazy, but hell,
It helps.
so is this world.
And he hands you the padlock and the tap.
Right, well, good evening to you. I'll catch you later.
Monsieur Braith, let us below this stand before the shocks on this car collapse. Henri taps on the side of the car and closes the back doors.
Come on, Jake, I'll drop you back at Tulane.
Jake follows Lee into his car, opens the door for him as before.
Thank you. And he sort of gets in, and even the rather stiff shocks on this car sort of go down a little bit as he sort of plumps down into the seat.
And then he'll walk round to the other side and climb in as best he can in the side, again trying to balance the plastic tub of what's left of the gruel on his lap.
And Leaf hits the horn before he leaves as he starts rolling the car forward, and you just hear the sound of La Cucaracha. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, as the car pulls out of the car park. And I think our scene comes to an end.